Thank you. Now my talk today is entitled, When I View Life's Content, I Am Content. So obviously this is all about contentment. How many here today are really content with your life? A show of hands. Now most people just aren't, you know. They say, well, I would be content if only I had, you fill in the blank. You know, if I had more money, if only I had a better house, a better job, better clothes, if only I had more love, more friends. Let's face it, Rolf, more sex, if that's what it does it for you. But you know, all these things kind of beg the question, are you sure? Okay, let's take a look at someone who has had all of these things. You know, this month, the world lost one of the best actors, one of the best comedians we have ever had. Robin Williams was admired by millions, and I think that's pretty safe to say that. He made millions of people laugh with a high-energy, free-willing style of comedy that, let's face it, is impossible to duplicate. He had not one but two hit TV shows that he started. He was voice for a number of commercials on cartoons. The man won, I looked it up, 6 Golden Globe Awards, 2 Emmys, 5 American Comedy Awards, and 1 Oscar, and that's for one of his more serious works, if you remember, Good Will Hunting. And this is in addition to all the times he was nominated but didn't quite win. The man made more money in his lifetime than any 2 or 3 of us in this room will ever even see in ours. And yet his life was so unsatisfying that he ended it rather than go on even one more day. So obviously all these things that we think of that we need to be content, he had them all, and so it's no real guarantee of contentment. So let's face it, every day we see lots of people who have all the things that we'd like to have, and they still aren't content. Now there are some people that do have them and are content, but having them is no guarantee. It doesn't ensure that you're ever going to be content. So what is the answer then? Well, it might be that we just got a wrong definition. Maybe we're confusing contentment and happiness. I mean, happiness, now things can make you happy, let's face it. If you were to suddenly get a new car, new big promotion, stack of money, if the birth of a grandchild, these would all make us very happy, at least for the time being. But then the baby cries all night, and the car breaks down, and the new promotion gives you all kinds of stress. Suddenly you aren't so happy anymore. Happiness is more a short-term thing. You're happy with what you just got, what you just achieved, something that just happened within the last hour or the last day, or if it's really good, maybe the last week. But that's contentment is something else again. And contentment, that's not saying complacency either. It's not giving up and saying, well, it's never going to get any better, so I might as well just be happy with what I got. I mean, that's Eeyore speaking. Oh, well, it's all right. I'll get by. But that's not really contentment either. Now, happiness is more of a fleeting emotion. It's what's right now, and whereas contentment is more what's inside you and what you give. And maybe that's it. It's what we give that makes us content. So the person who is always out volunteering and for this and that, giving all kinds of money to various charities, somebody who does all of that and all that would have to be the most content person you can find, right? Well, let's look back at Robin Williams again. He was a big contributor of his time, his talent, his money to St. Jude's Children's Hospital, to Comic Relief, and that didn't do it for him either. So maybe it's why we give that makes the difference. Well, if it's why that makes the difference between contentment and discontent, well, if you're giving because you have to, or because it's what's expected of you, or you're looking for a reaction from somebody, or you're trying to get something in return, that doesn't quite do it. But now, if you give just because you can, if you're giving to this charity over here because you can afford to give to that charity, if you're giving back to the community, to be, to say thank you so much. Well, whether it's donating to Spirit of Woman, like we do here as part of our ongoing outreach, or helping with Habitat for Humanity, or the food bank here, or the Red Cross, doing all of these things, and you're doing it just to kind of give back, then that gives you a warm glow inside. That gives you that contentment. I mean, I think that's that glow is contentment, but like I say, when you're doing it to give back, in that kind of a form of gratitude, you're grateful for the community. You're grateful for what the community has given you. So you're giving back, and maybe that relates. Well, let's look at a possibility here. If you were to go take a $5 bill and walk up to some person random on the street and say, well, here's $5 just because, and his immediate reaction, well, gee, if I only had another 20, I could, and he said, does he seem very grateful for what he's got right there? He's definitely not content with it. So, I mean, maybe how content you are determines how grateful you are. How many buy into that premise? That the more content you are, contentment leads to gratitude. Anybody? I notice a couple of hands back there. Maybe I think you'll agree with me. It's kind of the other way around. The more grateful we are for what we've got, the more content we are. I mean, that's really what it all boils down to. If you think of some examples, well, in the musical Annie, Get Your Gun, Annie's got a song that I got the sun in the morning and the moon at night. Yes. And with the sun in the morning and the moon in the evening, I am all right. Now, she isn't saying, well, if someone were to come up and offer her a big wad of cash or furs and jewels and new house and all of a sudden, she wouldn't turn it down. And it also isn't saying that she's not going to work hard to get all these things on her own, but if she doesn't have them, she's not going to spend a whole lot of time crying and moaning over the fact that she hasn't got them, because she's got enough. Everything's all right just the way it is. And that is the definition, I think, of contentment. Just being grateful enough for what we've got and focusing on what we have. Now, we haven't got time to bitch and moan about what we haven't got. That is contentment. So maybe we just need to spend a little bit more time saying, thank you. If you just wake up every day and say, thank you, but that would make us much more content with what we do have. Say that with me. Thank you, Spirit, for this day. Thank you for this day.
For this day.
Thank you for my health.
Thank you for my health.
Thank you for this country.
Thank you for this country.
Thank you for this world.
Thank you for this world.
Thank you for my life.
Thank you for my life.
Now, did you say that with me? Did you feel it? Did you mean it?
Oh, yeah.
Let's try it again. Thank you for this day.
Thank you for this day.
Thank you for this country.
Thank you for this country.
Thank you for my health.
Thank you for my health.
Thank you for my life.
Thank you for my life.
May you always be thankful for the things you have. If you count your blessings like we sang in our song today, first you have to recognize them as blessings and be grateful for them. So count your blessings. Always be thankful for what you have. And the blessings will continue. And the blessings will grow. And you will work and live every day in contentment. And I thank you for listening to what I have to say.
Amen.